Hi, this is Klaas, Lord of the Lost, bass player, and I have the wonderful Ashley from Filter, also bass player, my bass player mate, and we're gonna talk about everything, I think.
Everything.
In our eye to eye, and she's gonna show me how to cut a combi crest shirt to make it, what is it, sleeveless.
Yeah.
By the way, first question. I was always wondering how I can spell or say your last name.
It's a silent D. It's Dzerigian.
Dzerigian. So
Yeah,
I'm with
perfect.
the wonderful Ashley Dzerigian, right?
That's perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Awesome.
All right. I think we should just start with cutting these wonderful shirts to make
Sure.
it even way better. So whenever
This
you
is
buy a
the-
combi crest shirt at the merch, you will know how to make it rockish.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna just tell you straight up now. I'm a bass player, not a fashion designer, so I don't do it like to perfection, but I have cut a lot of shirts. I mean, I actually have like a whole collection of like rock shirts. I cut them all because they don't actually make most of these rock shirts in girl sizes, which I think this is a girl shirt, isn't
This
it?
is a girl shirt because
Yeah.
the man shirts are way too huge for me.
Yeah.
I'm a small dude.
Yeah, they don't always make the cool shirts in girl sizes, so you end up having to get like a small, like a lot of females, they're gonna have to get a small guy's shirt and then you just cut it up. So I'm just gonna show you a basic muscle t-shirt cut.
Like you're
Just
wearing right
sleeveless.
now, right?
Yes, exactly.
Alright, cool.
It's pretty simple. There's nothing to it.
So
And
maybe I would say you just start cutting, and
Wanna get a
while
little
I
closer?
ask you stuff. And the good thing is,
Sure.
since she's a woman, she can also cut a shirt and think about asking or answering
I
a
can
question.
multitask.
Yeah, that's right. She can do multitask. Because I have to say, I was already talking to her while we were waiting for our nachos in Latvia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So because I wanted to ask her, and I asked her again, how she came to the job to be well booked live bass player. How did that come?
Well, it didn't come overnight. I started gigging when I was, I started playing bass when I was 11. I started gigging when I was 14. Do you want, okay, I'll just start cutting. I won't tell you exactly
We
what
will
I'm doing.
prove if multitasking is real.
I'm not really a great multitasker. But here, I'll just start by showing you what I'm doing.
Yeah.
First of all, you want to make sure your shirt is very straight.
All right.
So that the seams on either side, because it's easy for them to get crooked, are straight. And then lay it down. And then I like to kind of just lay down the sleeve and see where it naturally buckles. And because this is a women's shirt, it buckles in a slightly different spot than like a lot of the men's ones. I'll show you what I mean. Like here you can kind of see where this little indentation is kind of happening, and I'll just do it like right below it, I think. And you know what? Sometimes you can flip it over and you can see where the line is. And I'll usually do like somewhere around an inch below it.
If we would have been now teleshopping, I would say, Ashley, that's awesome. That's so amazing. I can't believe that you spotted that spot.
That's how I came up with my little.
Everybody can do
but
that.
Sometimes it's like an inch and a half. It just depends sort of where the t-shirt kind of will do like this natural little buckle thing, and that's usually the spot that I'll say, okay, it's going to be straight from there down.
All right.
So that we'll just kind of start around here-ish.
All right.
And we're going to take it at an angle. And as I do this, I'm going to also have my hand around the back side so I can feel and make sure that I'm not cutting that.
Okay.
Because they're going to be, this is different. You can feel it. There's the seam from the other side.
All right.
So you want to kind of angle it as straight as you can up.
All right.
Because if you go too much inward, they're going to get a lot of this.
All right.
And it's going to do that
I mean, it's good
naturally.
for the ladies, maybe. I mean.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but I mean, even then, like your bras, you know, it just you just want to try and go as straight up as you can. So as I do that, I'll tell you a little bit more about how I maybe came to be with Filter.
Yeah.
So really, I just, well, these are great scissors.
Yes, especially made just for cut.
Oh, that's awesome. I like wasn't expecting it. So, as you can see, I'm so in love with these scissors. I'm like, I can't even remember what I was saying.
Filter.
Yeah.
How
well,
did you came to filter first? Since you're a
I'll tell you,
bass player.
I'll sort of work backwards a little bit. The truth is, they actually asked my friend Nicole to play bass, but she plays for Smashing Pumpkins and had her own project at the time, her own solo project. So she asked me if I might be interested, and they checked out some of my, I guess, like YouTube video or something online, and they liked what I was doing, and they just called and asked if I wanted to do it. It was pretty easy. I didn't audition or anything.
All right.
It was just sort of a nice little referral.
All right, cool.
So I'm just working up, and you're gonna just try and go up as straight as you can. It's gonna curve a little bit, and just find a nice little spot. You don't want it to go too much like that, otherwise you're gonna get a weird little point over here.
And we do the other side the same, right?
Exactly.
All right. So because I think if we cut that one, then we're gonna.
It makes it doing the other side really easy.
Yeah. Because then, for example, we can talk a bit more, and then we just make a cut, and then when that one is ready, we just show how it looks in the end. But before I have to go on stage because we have little time today.
So that's one sleeve.
All right.
As you can see, I cut pretty close to, on the back side, to the seam. And then what I do is really easy. I just take this and I lay it, make sure it's pretty straight over here.
Oh, this is good.
And then I lay it just like this. I use the scissors to make a little mark. Like, oh wait, no wonder I'm using my scissors.
All right.
You got the magic scissors. Okay, so now I've got my little mark there. And then same here, I can see exactly, there's no guessing. You know, you can see where you started. Started it. And then you just go from there. I'm doing this backwards. So yeah, I got kind of got lucky with Filter. You know, some of the other bands that I've been in, like Adam Lambert and CeeLo Green, those were all audition based, and you know, sometimes you show up and there's like a ton of girls in a hallway, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna audition against like 100 girls right now, like it's crazy. But this was a little bit different.
And you told me that you also beat Beyonce's, right?
Well, that was for CeeLo.
Ah, CeeLo, yeah, right.
And I was, you know, I was pretty nervous for that one because it was CeeLo. Yeah. And I remember when Divinity Rocks, she's this amazing bass player, showed up, I was like positive there was no way I was going to get it. She's incredible. Like a great showman, like just, you know, exudes so much energy on stage, and she killed the audition. I was watching her do it. Yeah. And so I was surprised when I got the call for it, but yeah, it was really cool the way they did it. We were auditioning against like other girls who were also auditioning. Yeah. You know, so they had a drummer who was going for the position, a guitar player, and myself, and a keyboard player. And I think I did like 3 rounds, and it kept changing, and then the last round of girls was the actual lineup for the band. So yeah, it was really surprisingly ended up being a fun experience.
It was also fun because they were just lady bass players, right?
Yes, it was an all-girl band. Yeah.
All right, cool. Makes sense.
So this is the finished product, and I think it's going to look really good. Do you want to try it on right now?
Yeah, I can.
He's going to try it on right now. He's going to get naked for you.
What your people say? I think it feels great.
Yeah.
I don't know how it looks, but I think Ashley, it's awesome. It's amazing. It's kind of one of its kind shirt now. Yeah,
it's definitely one of a kind.
Must be crazy. I think you should go this way because you're right under the sound. Turn around. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Yeah. Greg, what time is it? Do you have a time? 7:05. All right, so we have 10 more minutes.
Your viewers may already know, but I don't know this about you. How long have you been playing bass?
I started with the age of 15.
Oh,
I have to repeat myself that I was never rehearsing on my own so well. I was just lucky to play with bands, with guys. So I think my way of bass playing is in general just to help the band to perform, to move, to push, and to perform. Because I was always with guys or ladies, whatever. So I was always moving by playing bass. That's why I'm very agile. Is it agile?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. It's age of 15 now. I'm 34. Yeah, it's quite a while. I could have been a million times better, but I'm a bit lazy.
No, you're great. I think you're an amazing performer. It's really fun to watch you.
Thank you very much.
I like, you do like this thing, like this, like a little crab.
Yeah, a bit. I mean, I don't know, it's Tokyo style. But also, I mean, she's performing so well. I mean, you wear high heels every day? Sometimes?
Not these ones. These are my grandma's shoes. You don't really want to see them.
But sometimes you also wear high heels, right?
I've had a lot of bands where I wear high heels. Yeah, like 5-inch heel.
Yeah, and she's having those huge P basses, which is also always like going in the music, going with the rhythm. And she's having a fan.
Oh yeah, that was my latest acquisition. I'm so excited that I get a fan on stage now.
Yeah.
It was actually an accident. It was supposed to be for the fog.
Yeah.
But it was blowing on me, and I loved it so much. I felt like, oh my gosh, my hair is just going everywhere.
And you know what? Since we've seen you playing, Chris and I were thinking, okay, for me there will be also a fan.
Yeah.
Because I always like.
That's cool.
Like, and so I stay dry a bit.
Yeah.
So
It
I don't
definitely
sweat so
helps with
much,
that.
and it really helps my shitty hair to stay in the back and always in my face. That's why I look terrified.
It also really helps, like if you're playing a really hot gig. I don't know if you've ever done this, like you're like headbanging, and
I
do you ever? But no, I mean, do you ever have like snot? Does that ever happen?
Not so often. Usually I'm free.
I'm like a really snotty girl, I guess.
Oh, really?
So not in the mean girl way, but like I get a lot of like mocos, you know, and so like I go like this, and then when you come back up, sometimes it like comes out. It's so gross, but like I mean, it doesn't happen very often. So you have to like I suck it in when I'm going up.
Okay, cool. This is a cool tip
It's
for
a
all
tip.
the headbangers.
It's,
like,
yeah, suck it in when you're going back.
all right. So,
But it really helps having a fan because then it just like dries.
all right, yeah. The fan dries the snot and keeps your hair being cool.
I know I'm not the only one though, because I come off the stage and sometimes my drummer from Filter, who is a fabulous behind the scenes man, right there.
Chris might be the next one get interviewed.
He's like doing this.
He has to wake up earlier tomorrow.
You should
then
turn
he
the
can
camera
do it.
around and say hello. Christopher Reeve. Yeah, but he gets boogers here on his shirt when it goes like this and he's playing, so I know I'm not the only one.
There's so many things to talk about. The only thing is we have always such a small amount of time. Because we're always busy sleeping, getting ready for stage, hanging in the city,
Doing makeup.
and doing her wonderful hair. And her hair's
takes a lot.
awesome. It always looks great in the light and the black light.
Thank you. Yeah, I have to do it like every 3 days. It's really hard to maintain any sort of hair color. I mean, I have an actually really great stylist at home, but that only lasts for like a week.
I know.
And then on the road, you just have to keep doing it on your own. It's really hard to do ombre, like the fade, from like yellow to green to blue. I don't do a very good job, but I just kind of
And it has to
go
stay.
for it.
The thing usually it washes out, right?
Yeah, that's every few washes. I just have to redo it. But it's worth it.
Yeah.
These are the things we do.
It's hard to be on tour. We're gonna say it's hard. We have to perform. We have to take care of our hair. We have to cut shirts. We're always not having enough time. But anyway.
Oh yeah, the other day, look what I did to my leg.
Oh yeah, it's the Segway thing.
I ran over my leg on a Segway. I sort of I went over the front of it. It's pretty gross, I know. I fell over the front of the Segway and ran over myself. And it was going at full speed too, so.
And the kid was laughing about it, right?
There was this little Latvian kid, maybe like 4 or 5 years old. Maybe you should show what the little kid did. Right, you have to reenact this thing.
Okay. This is a dramatization. This little boy holding his grandma's hand. All of a sudden he goes, ah, what's on the
Cool.
His grandma's like, shh.
So we know we are having a lot of fun. And I hope that, I'm sorry, it might be, the sound might be a bit like windy. I hope everything is fine because the wind starts to show up. Anyway.
It always pushes my hair the wrong way too. Because I got like the comb over. I'm always like trying to make sure the wind is going that way.
Yeah.
Otherwise you get this one and you're just like, ah.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, we will talk much more the next 2 days because the tour is almost over for us. But I hope you just enjoyed our workshop and a bit of talking, and hope you found out something about mostly Ashley. And see you soon, dudes.
See you soon.
Thank you.